On this episode of Real Talks, we're going to get real and talk about the effects of foster care on your marriage. So, did foster parenting affect your marriage?
Yes.
Good or bad? I mean, let's just be real, because everybody's wanting to know, and I tell people all the time when we're in training class, this isn't easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So talk about maybe some things, how it did affect your marriage.
I think so. I mean, I think in the sense that, even now it's hard to get date nights. I mean, we were talking about how long we need to make it happen, but we would use our respite care for our time with our family. It was like when you're foster parents, your break or your respite was a time to pour into your kids. And I think a lot of times it was like our marriage wouldn't be the focus; it'd be our kids. And so I think, it definitely takes sacrifice. It takes,
I think even time. Just more basic than that. When times get hard, one of us was always, which this is good and bad, but one of us was always more all in to foster care, and then the other was struggling with it.
And it changed.
Yes, and then it would change. Really and it's change. When I was all in, I was always frustrated with him because he was holding us back and negative about it and struggling, and then I'm no, this is our mission, this is our calling, what's wrong with you? I thought this was our thing, but would struggle.
But then I would do the same thing,
And then when I was in a bad place of we need to disrupt, we have to send them home, we're done, this is crazy, he would be the firm one, and I'm you're normally the one that's not into it, but right now you are. It was confusing kind of, but also at times kind of blaming each other. Because I think there is at times always a parent that's more into it. Yeah. And so then there was times that Jeff would even say well, this is what you wanted, when I would be
I also
frustrated.
was slow. I was also not sure if we were ready for kids. And I said we wanted to take some time, we just needed to just finished classes.
You already had your placement.
Yeah, and it's what we said no, right. And then so ultimately I was so thankful, but at the same time there was that creeping in. It's we weren't ready. Our kids were already.
So when things got hard, he would go back to that initial I told you so. This is, you did this, because I was the one that was yes, let's do it. All the kids, I can do it. And
so you stayed at home.
Yes.
So you're I'm doing it all day. Come on.
But I felt I needed to keep it all together. So when I would struggle, because I was kind of the one doing all of it in a sense, while he was at work supporting our family and allowing.
And I would come home from work, and then basically she'd be all right, I'm done. I'm completely done.
Or calling him during the day, when are you coming home?
Oh, I got a meeting tonight.
And so I'd come home, and then I would work, and obviously I told you, I mean, dinner was all this, clean it, making sure. Then we go straight to bath,
And he did all.
Drill sergeant, I did it all. And then I'd put him to bed, while she's cleaning still. It's not like she's not doing anything.
Sitting down.
But it would be that moment where it'd be 9:30, and I hadn't taken I went straight from work into a war zone. Yeah. And then, and then we'd both just be really tired. But ultimately, I think at the same time, we wanted our marriage to, reflect that it's bigger than just us and for our family, and we wanted to teach our kids that we love people and we sacrifice for people, because that's what our family's about. So, at the same time it was hard and there were challenges. I think it also drew us closer together, because this is what we wanted our family to be about.
Well, that was our mission at that point. We weren't active super active in our church, because when we got the kids, we kind of were we're done with everything. Right. This is our ministry. This is how we're serving. This is all.
Church was a break, because we would drop the kids off.
And then I'm getting texts if I wanted to serve in the nursery, and I'm no, I do that Monday through Sunday at home. I don't need to serve and do more. You're babysitting for free for me. Right. So that was our mission, and the way that we were serving, our active service is foster care. Right.
So you guys had 5 young kids, and you say it's all day, and then it's 9 to 9:30. What did you guys do for stress relief, or did you guys ever after they're in bed certain days what? How did you guys connect with each other?
We probably should still today, and then like be more intentional about it and more better. But I think we would probably sit on the couch most nights and just watch whatever show that we weren't actually watching, but just something on TV while we're just like sitting.
And it was nice. I mean, we lived in a neighborhood with friends who were like their houses were right next door. And so occasionally, like, they'd come over. We'd sit out on the back. Yes, we'd sit on the back patio and.
And how nice was that when you had time just with friends that wasn't even in foster care, right? Yes. Just to like have friends. Right?
And the neat thing is they helped us as much as they could. You know, like they were supportive of us.
So then you're back to your.
Or just anybody who's like willing to be in midst the chaos of our family,
not judge us.
Yeah, without judging us, like that's hard to find because. A lot of times people are like, why are you doing this? And, like, it felt weird because it's not like we were ever saying we were, like, the best parents or had the best marriage. But then you're bringing in more
chaos,
into it. And you're like, that doesn't make sense. Like, shouldn't we perfect what we have? Like, perfect our marriage and perfect our family and our children and make them little robots first before we bring in more kids? But
you didn't.
We didn't.
So what would be your advice to people who may be thinking about this or starting this, advice for their marriage? Wait till it gets perfect? Or?
No, I'm not sure.
I would say, you can't wait till it gets perfect because it's never going to be.
But I do think it is important to look for those opportunities. I think rest is very important, but at the same time being aware of how each other's doing and how the day went and being willing to like take those burdens off when you can't, when you have
some
just the ability.
Some people might not be as expressive as me and my needs.
But I like how you guys shared that it was back and forth. Like one of you would struggle and the other one would be stronger, or like let's keep.
And going. I think that's gonna always be the case, and that's why two imperfect people are together. Is like we're different, and when one's strong, the other can be weak. And you lean on each other when you need them.